Have you ever walked around the edge of your pool with a metal pole in your hands, wondering why God doesn't strike you down? During the middle of a storm, when there's lightning, and you're yelling at the sky. What do you want? Why you let this happen?
We were very active in the youth. Then when we got married, we became youth counselors.
We had participated in quite a few youth retreats.
Yes, and then we became youth counselors.
We had a brother in Christ that he was just awesome. God had rescued him from a life in drugs and stuff, and he started actually reaching out, providing to inner city youth what he didn't have.
Right. So,
which was an option. So he started taking us out to youth retreats, and so we started sharing more out in youth retreats and things like that. And by the time we got married, then he was like, well, now let's transition. So he's like, I would like to use you guys as counselors, like peer counselors, but you're married, so you can't be part of the youth anymore.
Right. At some point, he became part of the board of elders in our church. He became part of the organization, and then things got rocky. The religion itself, it was hard. It was hard. I mean, I grew up in there. My father is a pastor. I grew up in the religion, so it's what I knew. But at that point, I took a step back and said, I don't want to raise my daughter in this religion. There were things going on in the organization within itself that we saw that was sin.
I had said to myself, I can't continue in a situation in which I'm endangering other people's lives, spiritual lives, but to me, still their lives. And I said, I can't be part of this. The Spirit is showing us new things, is showing us other things the way it should be. And when I was presenting those in a role in which I was in, I had the ability to bring these things to light to the elders. And it wasn't that I was trying to be contrarian, but I was like, consider this. And they were like, absolutely not. I said, well, consider that. Absolutely not. And I was young, and I was on fire for the Lord. They felt as though I was being too forceful in the way that I was trying to bring forth the information.
We decided to leave the organization, to leave the church completely, because it took a toll on us.
Then the spiral was bad.
We went from not drinking, not partying every weekend, to people who party, people who drink,
Everybody sneaks a little beer from their uncle or something like that, But like actively drinking, I had never drunk in my whole life. I was 31 years old. When I started drinking, I received the conviction that I couldn't be part of this organization. It wasn't God that we were walking away from, but in essence we did. We were just trying to move on from that organization to something else, but nothing else came. And the devil was waiting. I mean, disappointment, anger, rage. And then I became a cop. I'm not a type of person that I would never consider, self-harm. I'm not built that way. But I remember running into scenarios that were dangerous. And I had a few guys that said, dude, why don't you just wait for us? Maybe I was hoping not to come out.
It was hard. There was a point in time where we went through a difficult time in our marriage where I was just like, you can't come home and talk to us like we're people that you're arresting in the street. Our girls, you know, they saw, they heard, and they were like, we love him, but he can go. You know, he doesn't need to stay with us. He can go. And that's not what I wanted. That's not what I signed up for. When I signed up for marriage, I signed up till death do us part, right? Throughout the whole entire time, not once did I say, Lord, help us. I kept saying, we got this. We're gonna be okay. We're fine.
The only thing that I thought I had done right in life was my marriage. I mean, I wasn't unfaithful, I wasn't, you know, but there's a lot to be said about being abusive and not knowing it, or justifying it. Because you don't have to throw your fist at somebody to be abusive. I did plenty with my words.
I was mad at God. To the point where I was just like, okay, I'm done. I tried it, it didn't work, I'm out. I'm done.
We had sacrificed for the ministry. We forego all the family events and all the worldly things that, you know, you think, you know, people want to do because you need to focus and you need to be here and you need to be part of this and you need to bless these people and you need to help these people where he's sending you. And sometimes you forget that your family's your first ministry. And if he calls you to ministry, he's not gonna let you forego that. But I did. But I wasn't being honest with myself, and I wasn't being honest with God.